For Unit 4, Day 2 notes, this is more multiplication rules. So in these cases here for A through I, we see that we have parentheses. And parentheses implies that we're going to be multiplying our exponents. Okay? So for A, we're literally just taking 7 times 4. That would be n to the 28th. Again, we're making sure we have positive exponents every time we end our answer. So in B, a negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. So that one's okay. For C, we have negative 4 times 9. That gives us negative 36, which we can't have that negative exponent. So we're going to put that over 1, and we're going to flip it. So 1 will go to the bottom, and then we'll put h to the 36th power in our denominator, making sure that 36 is positive. Okay, now for D, E, and F, this 5 times 4/5, you have to think of this 5 as 5 over 1. And then the 4/5. But if you look, like when you multiply, you should remember that if you have the same number on a diagonal, that really just kind of cancels out and becomes 1. Because 5 divided by 5 is 1, 5 divided by 5 is 1. And then you are just multiplying straight across. So 1 times 4 is 4, and 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 divided by 1 is 4. So essentially, you can just mark these out, and you've got y to the 4th. Okay? So for E, same idea. The 7's cancel out, and you have a to the 3rd. In F, the 2's cancel out, and you have w to the 7th power. Okay? G, H, and I, kind of the same idea. We have that 6/7 times the 1/6. We see that these 6's become 1. So we have 1, and 7 times 1 is 7. So we have 1/7. So I cancel those out, and I have 1/7 left over. So here I have the same number again, 2 and 2. So they cancel, and we have r to the 1/3. And in I, those 4's, they cancel, and we have c to the 1/5. Okay, now, what if you have multiple variables or numbers inside of our parentheses? We're still going to multiply. We're just going to multiply more than one time. So the 3, it gets distributed to the 4 and the 2. So I would have x to the 12th and y to the 6th. Here I would have 4 times 7, so 3 to the 28th, and 4 to the negative 2. But I see that I can't have that negative x, or that negative 8 on x, so I put the whole expression over 1. I leave the positive exponent. I move the negative to the bottom. And that is my final solution. Okay? In letter C, there is an invisible 1 right here. You cannot forget the 1. And so I will multiply that 2 times. 2 times 1 and 2 times 3. Both have positive exponents, so I am done with that one. Okay, in letter D, we have 3 times 2, 3 times negative 5, and 3 times 2 again. Again, can't have that negative exponent, so we put the entire expression over 1. Anything with a positive exponent stays in the top, and we're moving the negative exponent and base to the bottom. Okay, letter E. Again, we have that 1 right there on 8. So 2 times 1 is 8 to the 2nd power. 2 times 0 is 0. And 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, so now we know that x to the 0 really is 1. Okay, so 8 squared times 1 is 8 squared. And then we have y to the 10th. So again, that 2 has a 1. And I'm taking 3 times 1, 3 times 0, and 3 times 4. X to the 0 is 1, so I'm saying 2 to the 3rd power times 1 is 2 to the 3rd. And then I bring the y to the 12th over.